Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 30452. This is Iron Man and Dum-E from Avengers Endgame, or from the wave of sets released, coinciding with it. I mean, who knows, maybe Dum-E won't be in the movie at all. But regardless, this is released as Avengers Endgame merchandise, and you have the cool art of Iron Man. Weirdly, it's not Iron Man in his quantum suit, so I guess at the point that this was released, they hadn't revealed that. But this looks like it's probably the armor that's represented in the Endgame HQ set. But 38 pieces, retails at Walmart for $4, and Meijer stores for $4 in areas that have Meijer stores. Yeah, this is a pretty cool looking polybag just off the bat, so I was really eager to get one of these. And this is what the polybag looks like all built up. You have a handful of extra pieces, which you can see right there. Nothing super interesting, exactly what you'd expect, except just one thing of note. You get one of these extra, which, it's a cool part. Lots of useful connections, all sorts of things you can do with it. And in light gray. It's a slightly less common color for it. But the actual build is, pretty simple and easy. The instructions are nice. They're, the better quality, non-promotional polybag instruction style, and they're not folded super small, which, is good. Makes them look a little bit nicer. But, we're not here to talk about instructions, we're here to talk about the build. And the build for Dum-E here is pretty cool, actually. This is different from the version that appears in the Hollow Armor set. That one is built slightly differently and has a little dunce cap on top from Iron Man 3, which I find that version pretty good. But this one is also, really a pretty solid build of Dum-E. I think we also got one back in the Iron Man 3 sets at the Malibu Mansion. I think this one's better than the one that was back then, but I haven't seen the one from Hollow Armor in person, so I can't say for certain. But this one does have some good articulation. You can lean this backwards like that, but it stops. Like, this is the level of articulation you have from the base joint, keeping the wheels flat on the ground. So pretty decently posable, I'd say. And then, you obviously can move this back and forth, and then you can move that back and forth, and you can even move the blowtorch end effector up and down, so he can blowtorch whatever he wants. And these, the studs that represent wheels, they can spin, not super well really at all, but they are wheels, and they're designed to look like they're wheels, and, they look like they're Dum-E's wheels, so, that's pretty effective. It's basically the same from both sides, just the difference of that one stud, but, yeah, it's a good little build. The blue maybe is a little bit out of place, but other than that, there's really nothing wrong with it. And then we have Iron Man in his quantum suit, and this is actually really way cooler than I was expecting from just the box images, because it has a little stand. It's got a clear stand, so you can make him, flying. You can't really bend it forward at all, which, would have been cool to get a little bit of dynamism, if that's a word, into the display. But you can probably rig something up where, you can make it look like he's flying an angle. You could just remove the dish entirely and clip this onto another build. And, it would be cool to have this. You could also just remove that and, use this to fly your Iron Man figure around. That's kind of cool. And I'm really happy they included these clear stand pieces, because, when you have a clear stand, it just kind of makes the things feel a little bit more lifelike if you operate it from the base of a stand. It makes it feel like, it's moving by itself. Which, I don't know, I just think that's fun. You also get this metallic silver, 1x2, slope piece, which is just cool. Everything in metallic silver is cool, and that is used to just attach onto a neck bracket, and it's only attached by one stud, so you can make it look a little bit more dynamic by turning him side to side. He doesn't have to be completely vertical, which, that's good. I like that. One thing I'm not a fan of, but I understand why they did it, is that they're now using these 1x2 rounded plates to attach flames and stuff to superhero figure leg pieces, which makes sense because having the transparent stuff there, I like the transparent round 1x1 bricks, actually, will do slight damage to the feet if you leave it there for long extended periods of time. So, this is a better solution in the long run, but it doesn't look as good, I think. And maybe if they could mold these in... No, I guess that would bring the problem back, but I don't know. I like when you're able to individually articulate the legs. And you obviously could do that yourself. You'd need 2 round 1x1 bricks with the hole, or plates with the holes in them, and then you would be able to do it separately. I'm also not 100% sold on the flame pieces in blue being used. I don't know, I think I like the cylinders better. But, with that being said, he does also have these little hand boosters, which are just tiles, and I think they're better as tiles than studs. So, that's a slight improvement. But that being said, I think that this is a pretty good build. Let's just get a slightly up closer look at the figure. And with all that stuff detached, we can see the entirety of the figure up close. And he does use the same Quantum Realm design, or Quantum Suit design, from all the other Avengers and all the other Endgame sets. It's actually really, really cool up in person, like that fine pattern on the gunmetal gray. That's slightly reflective. That comes out really, really well. And I don't know, I like that a lot. And, you got the metallic designs on there. The front of the torso is, again, really good. The legs as well. I don't know. I'm very happy with these up close. It'll probably be a little bit whatever once I have, if I have more of them. But, with the very first one of these designs that I've gotten, I'm happy with it. The helmet is the same as the Mark 50 from the Infinity War and Endgame sets. And he does get the heads-up display face, which this is the first time I've gotten it. It's really good. I like that. It's nice to have that underneath, and you also get a regular Tony Stark face. It's framed by the helmet pretty well. Maybe it should have been a little bit darker, or a little bit more blue, but I think this is fine, and I'm happy with it. Overall, I'm really happy with this Polybag. Actually, I think that the build for Dum-E is pretty good, and that on its own, has pretty much the piece count of a Polybag. And then, you throw in a minifigure, which just happens to be one of those super massive quantum suits, this way. If you have a previous version of an Avengers character that's going to be an Endgame wearing a quantum suit, and you don't want to buy the Endgame set that they come in wearing a quantum suit, you could just take this particular quantum suit and just put the other character's head on it, and it would work pretty fine. Mega super ultra spoiler for Endgame. If we do this and we take, for example, you can have a quantum suit Bucky who doesn't come in any of the sets because he won't be in Endgame as far as we know so far. But it can be done, so you can mass up your quantum suit collection like this pretty easily. But yeah, overall I think that this is a really good value for $4, with the one minifigure and cool side build. And the little trans-clear stand, I think, is above and beyond what was required, and I'm very happy it was included. I think this makes a good little display piece, good little play thing, because, you got Dum-E, he's definitely a fun thing to mess around with, with all the arm articulation. And the figure is a pretty good figure, and this is the only way you get this specific version of Iron Man, in the quantum suit. None of the pieces are exclusive to this, but this is an exclusive variant, and it's, a pretty easy way to just grab Iron Man in a quantum suit. If you have any other in-game sets and you want an Iron Man to go with them, there you go. It's pretty easy, cheap way. This Polybag is basically a no-brainer, and, I'd recommend it to just about anyone who has any interest in the Avengers. So, hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.